Look, I've spent way too much time researching RPG combat systems. Most RPGs have fine combat. It's serviceable. You press buttons, enemies die. But these 25 games, combat is the entire point. You're executing something genuinely sick and feeling like a god for it. Real talk, this isn't ranked. No #1 best. These are just 25 different combat systems that all nail the feeling of perfect execution. Find the one that clicks for you.
At 25, we have Fire Emblem Three Houses, a tactical, grid-based combat game where positioning is everything. Think of it like a high-stakes chess match, where your movement range, weapon reach, and terrain advantages could be the difference between victory and defeat. The weapon triangle system, where swords beat axes, axes beat lances, and lances beat swords, adds another layer of tension to the combat. But unlike traditional FE games, you can break that triangle through positioning, damage calculations, and authority level abilities. Your characters also have authority, reason, and faith progression trees, where they learn abilities through specific weapon usage. Use lances enough, you unlock lance abilities. Train reason magic, learn spells. This creates organic skill acquisition, rewarding playstyle experimentation. The Gambit system is another layer of strategic depth, where you can position units to blow up enemies. In a chaotic chain reaction, it turns combat into a deep puzzle-solving mechanism. The link attack system rewards you for building rapport between your characters. High support levels mean guaranteed follow-ups, and the game has 3 houses: Blue Lions, Black Eagles, and Golden Deer, each tactically different. Blue Lions are defensive, Black Eagles aggressive magic, Golden Deer dominate with range and flexible positioning. Metacritic 88, this game was critically acclaimed, and the tactical depth keeps hardcore strategy fans engaged. Adds another layer of replayability. Meaningful support conversations make the characters feel much more alive. The story revolves around a war academy where 3 nations are on the brink of conflict. You pick a house, teach your students, lead them in battle, multiple endings based on your house choice, anywhere from 40 to 80 hours depending on your playstyle and difficulty.
Number 24, Metaphor Refantasio, October 2024. Atlas's follow-up to Persona, but completely different beast. Arcana system, core mechanic. Unlike Persona's fixed arcana, Refantasio lets you switch classes mid-battle. Combat is turn-based, but the flexibility creates constant tactical adaptation. You're not locked into roles. Pivot strategy based on enemy composition. Press turn system refined. Exploit weaknesses for extra turns. But unlike Persona, the arcana switching means you're actually changing your entire move pool mid-combat. A mage can become a swordsman instantly. A cleric can switch to warrior. Every character flexible. Weapon types matter differently than other Persona games. Trinity system. Physical, magic, support roles interact, creating synergies. Ally support system. Characters protect each other, triggering follow-up attacks. Building correct team composition directly impacts combat flow. The gather phase. Before battles, you preview enemies and plan your arcana setup. Then, combat shifts strategy mid-fight when something unexpected happens. Combat rewards both preparation and adaptation. Metacritic 93, one of highest-rated new JRPGs in recent years. Critics praised fresh take on Persona formula. Combat system surprises constantly. Arcana system revolutionizes party strategy. Community overwhelming positive. Combat consistently praised as the most innovative Persona spin-off. Arcana system creates infinite party variety. Story, darker, more mature than Persona. Character interactions, excellent. Some find difficulty spikes harsh. Persona 5 veterans say it finally gives them something new. Story, fantasy world. Protagonist teams with diverse cast to stop an empire. Turn-based doesn't feel outdated because Arcana system forces constant tactical thinking. Even random encounters demand attention because swapping classes mid-battle keeps everything fresh. Number 23. Final Fantasy X. FFX revolutionized turn-based combat in 2001, and it still holds up today. Conditional turn-based battle system. You see the turn order coming, so you can actually strategize instead of just reacting. Swap characters mid-battle with 0 penalty, forcing you to use your whole party instead of 3 favorites. Each character feels distinct. Titus is speed, evasion, Eunice summons creatures, Waka is ranged, Lulu casts magic, Oron hits hard. The story between Titus and Yuna is genuinely emotional. Soundtrack is iconic. Tis an Arcan still gives people chills.
Graphics were insane for 2001. Yeah, Titus's laugh became a meme, but the game aged perfectly. Sphere Grid is the unique leveling system that provides deep customization. Character swapping encourages using your full party. This forces you to think instead of mindlessly attacking. Community reception? Extremely positive for 20+ years. Voted 16th best video game by Famitsu readers. Many consider it the last truly great mainline FF. Praised for emotional story, deep strategic combat, stunning graphics, some criticism of linearity, blitzball minigame divisive. Love it or hate it.
Number 22, One Piece Odyssey, January 2023. Innovative scramble area battle system. Battlefield divided into multiple zones. Rock, paper, scissors mechanics. Power beats speed, speed beats technique, technique beats power. You switch characters and move between areas based on enemy composition. Dramatic scenes throw random mid-battle objectives at you for bonus rewards. Defeat this enemy with this character in X turns. Creates dynamic positioning puzzles. No fixed turn order allows tactical flexibility. For One Piece fans, seeing favorite moves animated well is pure fan service. Metacritic 73/76. Best One Piece game to date. Criticized for easy difficulty, linear design, slow pacing. Community split. One Piece fans love it. General JRPG players find it serviceable. Combat engages once it clicks. Too easy even on normal. Excessive backtracking. Reddit consensus, great for fans, skip if you don't care about the crew.
Number 21, Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. GameCube 2004, Switch remake May 2024. Considered one of the greatest video games ever made, period. Press buttons at exact moments during attacks and defense. Get timing perfect? Way more damage. Bad system lets you customize movesets. 7 unique party members swappable mid-battle. Star power fills from audience reactions, unlocking powerful moves. Theatrical presentation makes every battle feel like a performance. You're literally playing to a crowd watching you. Timing-based attacks reward player skill over stats. Theater mechanics are genius. Paper-themed abilities integrate perfectly. Original GameCube got 87 on Metacritic, won Console RPG of the Year. Switch remake is even better. Visual upgrades, quality of life improvements. Only complaint, 30 FPS instead of 60. Who cares when it's this good? Community, overwhelmingly positive. Considered the gold standard of Mario RPGs. Fans celebrate return to classic style after years of experimental sequels. Legendary return, worthy of the crown. Partnering, instant swapping, 2 new secret bosses.
Number 20, Live Alive. This is a July 2022 HD 2D remake of a 1994 Japan-only Super Famicom game. It's uniquely structured as an anthology with different characters in each chapter. The combat is tactical turn-based on a 7x7 grid. Positioning is crucial as attacks from the back and sides deal more damage and have higher accuracy. The battle system is a gauge charge hybrid where characters act when their gauge fills, but more powerful moves take longer to charge. Movement advances enemy gauges. There is no MP, no resource management. All abilities are usable infinitely, limited by their charge times. Directional attacks hit specific patterns, and your health is fully restored after every battle. The tactical positioning combined with no resource management encourages using your favorite abilities freely. Each of the 7 chapters has unique mechanics and gimmicks, which keep the combat fresh. The game got Metacritic 81 to 85 and Optocritic 81 to 82, with 88% recommended from critics. Critics loved it. Cubed 3 gave it a 10 out of 10, God is a Geek gave it a 10 out of 10, and Nintendo Life gave it a 9 out of 10, calling it a brilliantly faithful remake. The HD 2D graphics are beautiful. Yoko Shimomura's remixed soundtrack is stunning, and only 20 hours makes it approachable. The community also praises the unique anthology with 7 chapters across different time periods, including prehistory, the Wild West, Edo Japan, the present day, and the far future. Some chapters end abruptly, and the final chapter has excessive grinding. The difficulty spikes could be frustrating. The original sold 270K in 1994, which was a failure, but the remake has sold over 500K worldwide.
Number 19, Lost Odyssey, Xbox 360, 2008. Mistwalker's love letter to classic Final Fantasy. Classic turn-based combat reminiscent of early Final Fantasy. Aim ring system is unique. 2 concentric rings appear during attacks. Time button release for perfect, good, or bad accuracy. Determines potency of equipped ring effects.
like elemental damage, status effects, HP and mana absorption, stealing. Front and backline system with up to 5 party members. Frontline protects backline via a wall based on combined HP. Immortals versus Mortals. Mortals gain skills leveling normally. Immortals learn skills by linking with Mortals in battle or accessories. Immortals auto-revive. Dual progression creates interesting party strategies. Aim ring system adds skill-based timing to turn-based combat. Immortal and Mortal system creates strategic depth. Metacritic 78. Game Informer 9.0 as one of the most compelling tales on Xbox 360. Community loves 1,000 Years of Dreams, visual novel sequences that are some of the richest, most emotionally charged storytelling in any RPG. Excellent production values, story focusing on immortality moves people. Nobu Uematsu, soundtrack outstanding. Negatives, main story derivative, combat dated even at release, random battles frustrating, load times problematic. Spans 4 dual-layer DVDs, 33 visual novel short stories about Kaim's life.
Number 18, Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch. This one came out in 2013, was a Level 5 and Studio Ghibli collaboration. And I think it's one of the best JRPGs of its generation. The combat is a hybrid, real-time action, menu-based combat with a Pokemon-like creature collection. So you're controlling Oliver and 3 party members, each able to summon 3 familiars creatures to fight. You got real-time movement around the battlefield while using the command menu. You can switch between controlling human characters with unique spells or their familiars anytime. Timing-based elements reward well-timed actions, tactical depth through elemental weaknesses, familiar evolution, equipment customization. The familiar collection and evolution provides Pokemon-like depth. Strategic switching between characters and familiars creates tactical variety. Metacritic had an 85 PS3. It was near universal critical acclaim, praised Studio Ghibli animation and art. The soundtrack by Joe Hisashi is orchestral. It's a heartwarming story, and the combat is pretty engaging. The criticisms were weak AI, requiring manual control, repetitive grinding, and pacing issues. This one's got a lot of community. People love the stunning Ghibli aesthetic, the emotional story about loss and redemption. The common criticisms are frustrating AI, excessive grinding, and overall a predictable story. But many consider it a masterpiece despite flaws. The story is Oliver's mother dies, and a fairy reveals he's the pure-hearted one, destined to save a parallel world. And it has hand-drawn cutscenes by Ghibli, and a dual-world system, extensive side quests, and alchemy crafting.
At number 17, we've got Final Fantasy Tactics A2. This game came out for the Nintendo DS back in 2008. It's a turn-based tactical RPG on a 3D isometric grid, and in this game, you're controlling clan members across 7 races with over 50 job classes. The job system in this one is unique because it lets your characters learn abilities from equipment, and there's a law system that's unique too, where the judges will randomly impose restrictions on each battle. So no healing or certain spells might be banned. If you follow the laws, you'll get extra rewards, but if you break them, any units that fall in battle will stay dead. The turn order is based on speed, so positioning, elemental weaknesses, and terrain all play important tactical roles. There are over 400 quests total. This game has an extensive job system, which provides tremendous variety. The 400 quests offer a lot of content for tactical RPG fans. Metacritic gave it a 77, generally positive. They praised the extensive job system, the massive quest variety, the polished mechanics and the strategic depth, and the connections to the Ivalice world, which are from Final Fantasy XII. It was criticized for a weaker story, some repetitive gameplay, and the law system was a divisive element for players. The community? Tactical RPG fans enjoy the depth and content volume. They love the job system, and players really appreciated the connection to the Ivalice world and the cameos from Final Fantasy XII,
like Vaughn and Pinello. The story was a little less compelling than the original Final Fantasy Tactics, but many players reported sinking over 100 hours into this game. It's a solid tactics game, but not a genre-defining one.
16. Mario & Luigi Dream Team, 2013 on the 3DS. This is a turn-based, rhythm/timing-based RPG controlling both Mario and Luigi simultaneously. A button Mario, B button Luigi. Precise timing increases damage or enables perfect dodges and counters. Bros attacks are special combos requiring stylus or button timing minigames. In Dream World, only Mario fights, while Dreamy Luigi provides support, creating Luiginary attacks, summoning hundreds of Dream Luigis. Giant battles use touchscreen and gyroscope and have Luigi grow kaiju size. Rhythm-based timing creates skill-based depth, executing perfect combos, and Luiginary attacks immensely satisfying. Giant battles provide epic spectacle. Metacritic 81, user score 8.2. Praised witty writing, engaging combat, creative dreamworld mechanics, fantastic soundtrack, beautiful graphics, 40+ hours. Criticized, excessive tutorials, 5 to 8 hours, pacing issues, overwhelming mechanics. Community, innovative dreamworld mechanics, best Mario RPG soundtrack, tutorial-heavy beginning too long. Once past opening, most enjoy combat depth, humor, world design, Dreamworld 2D side-scrolling, universally appraised. Some feel it doesn't reach Bowser's Inside story heights.
Number 15, Tales of Vesperia. Real-time action using flex-range linear motion battle system. Control characters in 3D arenas with free movement, fast-paced action requiring reflexes and strategy. Execute combo strings of normal attacks and special artes real-time. Over-limit mode for powerful attacks. Fatal strikes for instant kills on stunned enemies. Synthesizing weapons teaches new artes. Combo canceling extends attack strings. Cooperative multiplayer where friends control party members, up to 4 active characters. Strategic depth through elemental weaknesses, combo building, timing. Refined real-time combat feels fluid and exciting. Building complex combos rewarding. Free movement creates dynamic battles. Metacritic 79 original, 81 to 83 definitive. Praised, excellent cast chemistry, engaging combat, beautiful cel-shaded graphics, strong protagonist Yuri Lowell, optional skits, lengthy adventure. Community, widely considered one of best Tales games alongside Symphonia and Abyss. Players love Yuri for being morally gray, actually kills villains. Cast chemistry highly praised, combat system refined and fun years later. Essential for Tales fans. Story, former Knight Yuri investigates corruption involving ancient Blastia technology. Gorgeous, cel-shaded anime designed by Kosuke Fujishima.
Number 14, Final Fantasy 15, 2016 real-time action with ActiveX battle system. Direct Noctis control, hold to attack with equipped weapon, warp strikes teleport to enemies for massive damage, 4 weapons equipped simultaneously, switch mid-combo. Phase or defense, hold defense to phase through attacks, perfect timing for parries, magic crafting, draw elemental energy, craft spells with items which causes friendly fire. Wait mode, optional pause when standing still for strategic players. Techniques, party abilities triggered with commands. Armiger, ultimate mode summons Royal Arms. Royal Arms, 13 legendary weapons draining HP but massive damage. Seamless real-time combat, warp mechanics for tactical positioning, weapon swapping mid-combo creates fluid action, wait mode accommodates strategic players. Metacritic 81-83, IGN 8.8, GameSpot 8, Polygon 7.5. Combat and world praised, story criticized for rushed or incomplete, especially final act. Beautiful open world but repetitive side quests, improves with patches. Community, divisive but ultimately positive. Passionate defenders cite emotional connection to characters and ending. Critics find story confusing. Common praise, bros camaraderie, satisfying combat, beautiful world, emotional ending, Yoko Shimomura's music. Common criticisms, second half linearity, underdeveloped Luna, and camera issues. Flawed masterpiece.
Number 13, Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom. 2018, real-time action on open battlefields. 3-character party with free switching, weapon switching mid-combat for different movesets. Higgledy system. Cute elemental sprites automatically assist attacking, defending, healing, support, gather for special team abilities. Seamless exploration to combat transitions. Separate RTS-style army battles for large-scale conflicts.
Fluid, accessible action feeling enjoyable, character banter brings charm, multiple battle systems add variety. Metacritic 84/85, IGN 9 out of 10, one of the best JRPGs last decade. Polygon 9 out of 10, Games Radar 4.5 out of 5, like shooting sunshine into veins. Community, stunning Ghibli-inspired visuals without direct involvement. Excellent Joe Hisashi soundtrack, charming, heartwarming story. Kingdom-building mechanic, highly addictive. Combat lacks familiar depth from the first game. Enemy scaling issues, story more childish. Switch version performance issues. Story, young King Evan, overthrown, builds new kingdom with Roland. Cell-shaded anime aesthetic inspired by Ghibli. Kingdom building, city mechanics, skirmish battles, extensive crafting, 3 DLC expansions.
12. Paper Mario: The Origami King. Switch, July 2020. Innovative ring-based puzzle combat. Circular grid, 4 concentric rings divided into columns. Limited time to rotate and align enemies into formations. Straight lines for jump attacks, 2x2 for hammer attacks. Successfully solving grants damage multipliers. Boss battles invert mechanic, navigate through rings to reach weak spots. Removes traditional RPG elements like XP and leveling. Progression focuses on coins, equipment, puzzle efficiency. Companions assist or solve for coins. Highly divisive. Some appreciate intellectual puzzle solving, many find tedious and repetitive, interrupting excellent exploration. Metacritic 80. Critics praised writing, humor, characters, music, artistic design, exploration. Criticized repetitive combat, lack RPG elements, excessive tutorials. Community, combat highly polarizing, intellectually stimulating, or tedious chore. Too frequent encounters. Puzzles stale after hours, lack meaningful progression. Players universally praise humor, writing, world design, charm. Many wish pure adventure without combat. Story, stop King Ollie, transforming Mushroom Kingdom into origami. Vibrant papercraft aesthetic, open world exploration, museum collectibles, toad rescue, confetti repairs.
11. Eternal Sonata for the Xbox 360 and PS3 2007-2008. This one's set in Frédéric Chopin's dream world. A hybrid turn-based, real-time action. Each character gets a limited time completing turn before auto-ending. Party level increases, planning time decreases. Battles get more frenetic, not easier. Real-time movement during turn with actions depleting a bar. Light and darkness mechanic. Areas affect character abilities and enemy behavior. Characters cast different magic depending position. Enemies transform moving between zones. Rhythm-based blocking against bosses ties to music. Entire game thematic to music. Seamless blend turn-based strategy with action timing creates a unique tension. Light and darkness adds environmental strategy, rarely seen. Musical rhythm integration makes combat thematic. Metacritic 79/80, GameSpot 8.5, magnificent design, stunning score, inventive system. IGN 8.3, nominated 2007 RPG year, lost to Mass Effect. Community, beautiful art like Monet painting. Exceptional soundtrack featuring Chopin compositions, engaging strategic combat, rewarding skill, charming characters, voice acting. Negatives, extremely linear, lengthy cutscenes, confusing philosophical story, repetitive combat. Story, polka, girl with powers killing her in Chopin's dream world, stunning cel-shaded anime with hand-painted backgrounds, characters named after musical terms, educational segments. PS3 adds characters and costumes.
Number 10, Chained Echoes, December 2022. Made by one person over 7 years. Overdrive system, genuinely revolutionary. Using attacks raises overdrive meter. Optimal performance in green zone where abilities more effective. Overheat red zone, must use specific abilities discharge. Forces constant tactical adaptation. Varied ability usage. Can't spam best moves. Party up to 8 characters, swappable without using turns. Dual battle systems, standard character combat, and customizable mech combat. No traditional leveling, skills level automatically through battle. Overdrive system, genuinely revolutionary. Every battle requires dynamic tactics, maintain green zone. Combined with full healing between fights, each battle genuinely challenging. Metacritic 91, when highest rated RPGs 2022. OpenCritic 91, mighty. Nintendo Life, 9 out of 10. IGN, 9 out of 10. Polygon praised, better better than many JRPGs inspired by. Community, Steam 90% positive. Combat universally praised, innovative, and engaging. Every character distinct and valuable. Story praised twists and emotional depth. Pixel art and music acclaimed. 40-hour campaign, perfectly paced. Final act felt rushed. Overdrive can feel restrictive. Story, heroes Crimson Wings travel war-torn Volandis, ending multi-generational conflict. 16-bit SNES pixel-inspired Chrono Trigger, Game Pass Day 1. DLC, Ashes of Elrant, August 2025.
Number 9. Tales of Xillia. 2011 Japan, 2013 West. Remastered October 2025. Dual raid linear motion battle system. Real-time action with side view perspective. Link mode core mechanic. 2 characters pair, enhanced combat. Filling linked arts gauge for powerful combined attacks. Each partner unique support abilities. AC system, limited action points regenerating quickly, controlling combo length and maintaining fluidity. Characters genuinely distinct. Jude's snap pivot, quick dodging, repositioning, healing, fast-paced yet tactical combat requires strategic linked abilities. Every character genuinely fun playing, encouraging experimentation. Remastered? Critics praised buttery smooth and snappy combat, visual improvements, quality of life features. Steam? 90% positive. Very positive, 4,277 reviews. Community. Combat consistently praised series best. Dual protagonist Jude and Milla adds replay value. Link mode creates satisfying teamwork moments. Original environment sparse, story starts slowly. Generally easier than previous Tales games, still engaging. Story, medical student Jude and spirit lord Milla discover weapon draining mana, work to destroy it. Anime cel shaded 3D, enhanced remaster, 4K support, dual protagonist 40 to 60 hours, Lilium orb progression, Ufotable opening.
Number 8. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. April 2023. Third-person action-adventure, lightsaber, and force powers. 5 lightsaber stances, each equipable, any 2 simultaneously, single, which is balanced, double-bladed for crowd control, dual-wield for fast combos, cross-guard for devastating damage, and blaster for ranged with Han Solo's blaster. There's health and block meters for both player and enemies. Parrying perfectly timed blocks depletes enemy block meter, opening up big damage. Unblockable attacks glow red and have to be dodged. Force abilities include push, pull, slow time, lift, and slam. The stance system provides incredible versatility. Switching mid-combat to exploit weaknesses feels fluid. The parry system is precise and rewarding, but more forgiving than Souls games. And lightsaber dismemberment is viscerally satisfying. It creates the true Jedi power fantasy. Metacritic 85 to 86 on PS5 and Xbox, 75 on PC because of technical issues. OpenCritic 88% recommend. IGN 9 out of 10 called it the flashiest Star Wars melee battles. The Guardian gave it 5 out of 5, calling it the best Star Wars game 20 years, and Enemy gave it a 10 out of 10. The community, combat was praised as the best lightsaber in any Star Wars game, level design and Metroidvania exploration highly praised. The story is more emotional than the first game. Cal Kestis has strong character development, boss battles are climactic. The PC performance was a major complaint, stuttering frame drops 500 days post-launch. And the Souls-like difficulty was divisive. The story takes place 5 years after Fallen Order. Cal fights the Empire, searches for the hidden planet Tanalorr, major character deaths, and there's even the temptation of the dark side. The game uses the Unreal Engine and has 5 different difficulties.
Number 7. Octopath Traveler 2. February 23. Most praised turn-based systems in modern JRPGs. Break system. Each enemy's shield points and weaknesses. Hit weaknesses, reduce shields. Broken. Enemy loses turn, becomes vulnerable. Boost point system. Accumulate BP up 5 each turn, spend increase attack frequency, enhance skill power, improve buff, debuff duration. Latent power gauge. New Octopath 2, unique ultimate charging characters take or deal damage. Examples: free immediate turns or making single target spells hit all enemies. Job system, primary and secondary jobs, plus passive skills from any learned job. One finest turn-based combat systems ever JRPG. Must balance breaking enemies quickly versus saving boosts when broken. Strategic depth keeps battles constantly interesting without tedium. Metacritic 84/86 across platforms. OpenCritic 86, Nintendo Life 9 out of 10, Switch's finest RPGs, God is Geek 10 out of 10, Dixerto 100 out of 100. Community, strategic depth keeps battles engaging. Beautiful HD 2D graphics, stunning. excellent Yasunori Niski soundtrack, well-written character stories, more connections, first game, travel banter adds interaction. Critiques, stories could be better integrated, characters absent, others chapters. Can feel grindy. Story, 8 travelers Solistia during the Industrial Revolution. More interconnected, first crossed paths chapters. HD 2D retro 2D pixel 3D environments, modern lighting, guild system, day-night cycle affecting NPCs and abilities, non-linear story, secret job classes.
Number 6. Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age. This remaster came out in July of 2017, and it introduced this revolutionary gambit system. It combined the active dimension battle with this MMORPG-like real-time combat. Players had to program their AI behavior with these if-then conditionals, like if HP is less than 50%, then use potion. So battles automated strategically while maintaining full manual control options. The Zodiac job system let your characters select 2 of 12 job classes, and progression was through license boards, unlocking abilities and equipment. And it introduced this fast forward 2x and 4x speed, which enhanced grinding efficiency. Essentially, you're programming your party's AI and choreographing these battles like strategic dance. It rewarded intelligent planning, watch perfectly tuned party execute complex strategies automatically, or take manual control at precise moments. Tactical without being tedious. Metacritic gave it an 85 to 86 across platforms. Critics praised challenging and memorable combat, clever combat and fantastic cast, and one of the best remasters. The community celebrates this gambit system, calling it revolutionary and one of the series' best. The political story earns praise for being mature and well-written. Some find the automated combat too passive. Others love strategic flexibility. And there's a mixed reception for the main character Vaughn, with people often preferring the supporting cast. The graphics hold remarkably well today. The story involves political intrigue in Avalis as Princess Ash fights to liberate Dalmasca from the Arcadian Empire. The HD remaster enhanced lighting and textures, and the art style is anime influenced by Akihiro Yoshida, and it's a 100+ hour playtime with 45 elite marks to hunt, all set to an orchestrated soundtrack by Hitoshi Sakamoto. Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age.
Number 5. Blue Dragon, Xbox 360 2007. Microsoft's major attempt to attract Japanese market. Miss Walker's All-Star, Sakaguchi, Toriyama, Uematsu. Traditional turn-based, but characters don't fight directly. Shadow creatures battle. Shu commands Blue Dragon, Jiro commands Minotaur, Kluk commands Phoenix. Class job system, 9 classes. Dual progression, character levels from standard XP plus class ranks separate per class, allowing flexible specialization. Turn Q system shows upcoming order like FF10, charged attacks, hold buttons, charge spells or attacks, more power, but delay turn. Shadow concept provides thematic justification class system. Dual progression offers deep customization, specialize shadow or swap classes, learn everything. Q system enables tactical planning. Metacritic 79. 360 Gamer UK 90 out of 100, IGN 7.9, enormous, intelligent, true dragon, GameSpot 7.5, Eurogamer 7 out of 10. Community, one of best JRPGs Xbox 360. Class system praised flexibility and depth. Nobuo Uematsu music, Akira Toriyama art appealing, good entry point JRPG newcomers. Characters described vapid. Story criticized generic. Turn-based felt old-fashioned release. Easy difficulty most game. Voice acting problematic. Story. Boy Shu and friends discover shadow powers after village attack. Journey stop villain need. Akira Toriyama, Dragon Ball character design. Colorful anime aesthetic, aggressive bloom lighting. All-star team. First Xbox 360 game. 3 DVDs. Spawned 51-episode anime series.
All right, so Persona 5, PS3, PS4, 2016 to 2017. And look, turn-based combat had kind of gotten stale, right? Everyone was doing real-time action, but Atlas they figured it out. So you hit an enemy's weakness and they drop. That's the core loop. And then if you knock down all the enemies, you get an extra turn. That's it. That's the whole thing. And it never, and I mean never, gets old across like 100 hours. I'm not exaggerating. You're doing this the entire game and it still feels satisfying. But here's where it gets smart. You've got this persona fusion system where you can fuse creatures together to make new personas with different movesets and abilities. And it ties directly into your social links, like the people you build relationships with. They give you fusion bonuses, new skills, stat boosts. So actually spending time with characters makes them better in combat. The story and the mechanics are literally interconnected, and the whole thing is just stylish. The menus look cool, combat animations are snappy, every UI element is designed to feel good. You're not just grinding through random encounters, you're managing a calendar, choosing how to spend your days. You go to dungeons called palaces that are designed like psychological worlds of corrupt people, and they force you to use your full party because enemies exploit weaknesses. Time is limited, everything matters. The soundtrack, shows you Meguro, iconic. The art direction by Shigenori Sugiyama, instantly recognizable. And the character writing, man? These aren't disposable NPCs. You're actually invested in these people because you built something with them. Yeah, it's 100+ hours, but it never feels like grinding. Endgame bosses are genuinely brutal too. You can't just coast through. Metacritic, 93. Royal, the enhanced version from 2019, hit 95. And it's not just critically acclaimed, it's a cultural phenomenon. 3.2 million copies sold. This game basically proved turn-based could be cool again to modern audiences.
Number 3, Chrono Trigger, Super Famicom, 1995. And I'm just gonna say it straight, this game is still better than most modern RPGs. Like, it's not even close. The active time battle system was revolutionary when it came out in 95, and it still holds up perfectly. You've got multi-target attacks, which means enemies threaten groups, so positioning actually matters. You've got dual techs, where 2 characters attack together and create synergy you didn't expect. And triple techs, where all 3 characters go at once and just obliterate everything. This forces teamwork. You can't just carry the game with one character. Chrono uses time magic that devastates groups. Luca has ranged attacks. Frog defends. Robo heals. Everyone has a role, and everyone feels distinct. You have to think about positioning. And here's the thing about New Game Plus that blew people's minds at the time. You keep everything. Your levels, your equipment, all your techs. So you can beat the final boss early if you want and unlock alternate endings. That was insane for 1995. Who does that? You finish the game differently based on when you fight the final boss. Completion percentage tracks everything. It rewards you for exploring and being thorough. No random battles either. Enemies are visible on the overworld map. You see what you're fighting. So the pacing is tight. You're looking at 80 hours and it never feels bloated. Every dungeon serves the story. Minimal filler. Story spans multiple timelines. You're traveling through time, stopping an apocalypse called Lavos. Character writing by Kazushige Najima is incredible. Marley, Chrono, Luca, Robo, Ayla, all distinct personalities with actual arcs. Robo's story about what it means to be human genuinely affects people. Magus's redemption arc is legendary. Romancing is optional but meaningful. Yasunori Mitsuda's soundtrack is legendary. Corridors of Time sends chills down your spine. Robo's theme is emotional as hell. The main battle theme, iconic. Metacritic, 92. And honestly, it aged better than basically every other 90s RPG. The pixel art is still charming, the writing holds up, the systems are refined.
Number 2, Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of an Elusive Age. PS4, Switch, 2017 to 2020, Square Enix just decided to make the perfect traditional JRPG, and yeah, they did it. Turn-based combat refined to absolute perfection. When party members get pepped up, they unlock these pep powers that are unique team combination attacks. They chain together and look incredible. Akira Toriyama designed all the characters and every animation is satisfying because of it. You've got a party of 4 from a roster of 8. Each character has a specific role. Hiro does sword damage and healing, Veronica and Serena are mages, Jade's your martial artist, Sylvando debuffs and support. Combat never drags. Pacing is excellent. Boss encounters feel significant without random battles wearing you down. The Definitive Edition, they added a full 2D retro mode. The entire game, playable in SNES style pixel art, alongside the 3D version. Same content, 2 completely different vibes. Some people prefer the retro mode. That's insane. Skill trees give meaningful character customization. Forging weapons, enchanting gear, it feels rewarding, not tedious. The world is gorgeous. Landmarks iconic. You're looking at 100+ hours and it never feels grindy because exploration is actually engaging. Environmental storytelling superb. Day and night cycles actually change things. NPCs behave differently. Toriyama's art direction unmistakable. You see Dragon Ball DNA, but the medieval fantasy setting is completely its own thing. Koichi Sugiyama's orchestrated score is magnificent. Story-wise, you're the luminary traveling around defeating this darkness called Hundrasak, plaguing the world. 8-character party with emotional arcs. Plot twists actually surprise you. Party banter through optional skits, there's like 50 of them, build character bonds. The emotional maturity elevates what could have been a predictable plot. Metacritic 91 to 92. Community reception, overwhelming positive. Longtime Dragon Quest fans call it the best in the series. It's basically the modern standard for how turn-based systems should work. 5.3 million copies sold.
And we're at number 1, Xenogears, PlayStation 1, 1998. And this is the masterpiece. So here's the thing. Xenogears has 2 completely different combat systems, and they both work. On-foot combat uses action points. Weak attacks cost 1 AP, moderate attacks cost 2, strong attacks cost 3. Standard resource management, right? Wrong, because there's the death blow system. You discover hidden combo moves by experimenting with button combinations. You just mash triangle, square, X repeatedly, and boom, new move unlocked automatically. You're reverse engineering the system yourself. No tutorial, no menu, just you figuring it out. And discovering a new combo feels genuinely satisfying. Gear combat, giant mech battles, completely different. Fuel system instead of AP. You build attack levels and unleash massive death blows. Infinity mode at level 3 lets you spam powerful attacks with better fuel recharge. Resource management completely transformed. Strategic depth multiplies. You're not repeating the same combos for 80 hours because the systems force constant tactical adaptation. The combo discovery is genius. Experimentation is rewarded. Learning through playing feels organic. 2 totally different systems, and you never get tired of either one. Now the story. This spans 10,000 years. I'm not exaggerating. Jungian psychology, Freudian concepts, religious symbolism everywhere. Philosophical complexity rarely attempted in games. Characters are meaningful. Dialogue actually matters beyond just exposition. I gotta be honest though, Disc 2 is rushed. Development hell. The second half becomes mostly cutscenes with minimal gameplay. But the story is so good, you forgive it. Like, the narrative density increases, it doesn't suffer. But yeah, mechanical engagement drops. You're aware of it. Yasunori Mitsuda's soundtrack is legendary. Production IG did anime cutscenes that are still gorgeous today. Direction by Tetsuya Takahashi is visionary. Community? Divisive because Disc 2 exists, but passionate defenders cited as gaming's best stories. Character arcs are emotionally devastating. Faye and Ellie's relationship genuinely moves you. Mecha design iconic. Citan's backstory destroys you. The philosophical ambition is unprecedented. It tackles theology, psychology, identity in 1998. Yoshitaka Amano's character design stunning. 1.19 million copies sold, cult classic status absolutely deserved. And Xenogears proves that RPG combat doesn't need action reflexes. It needs smart design, meaningful choices, systems that reward mastery through experimentation. That's why it's number 1.
So, look, here's the thing about this list. These aren't ranked because they're objectively good or whatever. They're ranked because they nail that feeling, that moment when everything clicks, when you execute something perfect and you feel like a god for it. That's what separates these 25 from every other RPG out there. Most games, combat is just functional. You press buttons, enemies die, story moves forward. Fine, whatever. You get through it. But these games, they understand something. They understand that combat can be the entire point. Not grinding, not filler, actually executing something genuinely sick. Whether it's discovering a new combo in Xenogears by pure experimentation, whether it's perfectly timing a parry in Star Wars Jedi and watching an enemy break, whether it's hitting that weakness in Persona 5 for the 100th time and it still feels satisfying. Whether it's positioning your party in Chrono Trigger and watching them work together like you choreographed it. That's the thread running through all 25. You're gonna find one that clicks for you. Might be turn-based, might be real-time, might be tactical or rhythm-based or some hybrid thing nobody's ever done before. But when you find it, when you hit that moment where the system just works and you're executing at the highest level, you'll know that's the game for you.